What's going on, y'all? CVO Trades here. It is Tuesday, 9:50 p.m., May 10th. I wanted to push out a macro-wide update on both financial markets, so crypto and equity. Let's go over the Bitcoin count first. So far, my macro is playing out, and I think I was one of the first people to notice this, or I'm one of the only ones to have this macro count. Basically, this is my thesis on why we're in a super cycle correction. So right here, you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete 1, cycle 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cycle 3, cycle 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 60, to whatever the last all-time high was. I think it's 67K. Why did I say 70? Yeah, 67K. And now we're starting a cycle 2, super cycle 2 correction. So what is my reasoning for this? And I drew these log bands. Well, right here, the evidence criteria. Never in the history of Bitcoin has there been a double top / M formation, R-side break / bear divergence between the 2017 all-time high and the 2021 all-time high, which is hinting at a third and fifth wave, with wave 3 being the highest volume. So if you look right here, wave 3 higher volume than wave 5, which is over here, bearish divergence. R-side breaks on multiple levels, so that's not a good sign. You can even draw like that. And what was next? And I was saying that this can't be counted as wave 4, because then your primary wave 4 is lasting longer than your cycle wave 4, which is a no-no in my book, because you can't have sub corrections being longer than parent corrections. So corrections should always be around the same time, meaning waves 2 and 4 should be around the same time, like in terms of length. So if it's valid, then all of crypto as well as stocks are cooked. Bear market should last at least 2 years, and it's playing out. It's playing out. Look at the stock markets. It's playing out. Nasdaq's already confirmed bear market by having the wave 1 high being breached, so you can't count it as a wave 4. Sorry, you wave 4 peasants. It's not possible. And let's look at it. Let's look at Bitcoin, what I think is going to happen macro long term. Honestly, there's no support in any of these. There's no support until 18, and even then there's not really any good clusters. There's no support until probably like 13.8 to 11K. But what I think is going to happen, I think it's going to, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how violent wave 3 will be. Maybe something like that. This, and then bang, 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 and then something like that. So something around here. It's probably gonna range in this volume cluster. That's what I think is gonna happen. It's gonna be, the correction has to last at least 2 years, just because these cycle corrections are only what, 30 bars. What is that times 2? Well, they've only been like a year long. So, and we've never experienced a super cycle correction, so this will be a first for many. Many will get wiped. Many will get wiped. All right. Yeah, this is just more explanation. Yeah, so let's just jump into the counts. Yada yada yada. This is gonna be a long video because I'm gonna do a long breakdown. All right, so I think the last 2 weeks, or since my last update, I was saying that Bitcoin was in some kind of irregular flat, and I think the targets from the last video were like, oh, actually I have it. It was what, 30K and 28K, and I even tweeted it just so that it's in writing. So back in May, I said, with the way total looks, I think Bitcoin had a shallow, complex, irregular correction. If it's a wave 3, then volatility should come and thrust down at 33K and 29K. And guess what? Tag 33K, 29K on the money. So, and then also one thing else to note, like even non-Elliott waves, if you just look at it, let me see if I can find the tweet. I'll pull it up. Where is it? All right, so I tweeted on May 2nd, sometimes you just need a different perspective. So if you just look at this chart and you draw these long-term trends and you see them breaking, this is inverted. If it starts breaking and breaking out, usually that means a bigger, like a new move is starting. So that's Bitcoin, this is ETH. And if you just look at it, this looks like a magnet between 18K and 13.8. For ETH, it looks like 1200, and you do not want to break 1200 because then, yeah, it's probably gonna go 355. But that's just a take. So back to this count. If we go here, what was really throwing, I think the majority of people off was, what is this correction? To me, this part did throw me off, but there's multiple ways to count it. You can count, there's a one end here, and then you start your flat. So it would be like does it start like that? Let me do this. So like 1, ABC 2, and then this is another 1, 2. But the thing is, this part it doesn't subdivide cleanly. So the way I had it was like this, where it's 1, 2, 3, triangle 4, 5, and then A, B, C, 2, and then you start again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one of the biggest signs was that you see this hourly candle, or this candle volume right here, this was the largest volume of the year. So that's one of the biggest signs, and it's a selling candle. Usually that's going to set the trend, right? So that was one of the biggest giveaways. So what I think is going to happen next, let me invert it because I count better when it's inverted. So we have our 1, 2, and then we can set our base channel. Set it like this. I thought Bitcoin would retest this broken channel, but I mean, we'll see. Basically expecting some kind of dead cat bounce, and then we just continue to capitulate, right? So actually, I think I updated the tweet today. Let me see if I can find it. All right, yeah. So was that today, May 9th? No, it was yesterday. So I said, doing this thing, tag 33, looking for 29, and 23K is the one-to-one extension of the first wave down. So 23K was my next target, and how I got that target was if you take the trend-based fib right here, drop from the all-time high to the bottom of the first move. You can count this as 1 or A, and then you draw to the top of wave 2 or B. Now, if it's A, B, C, that means the one-to-one extension will get tagged. So no matter, even if it's not an impulse, I'm still looking for 24K to be tagged at minimum, right? So let me see if I had like a cleaner chart. I just want to, okay, yeah. So this looks cleaner for now. So yeah, so it says 1 or A, 2 or B, and the one-on-one would come down to wherever the 23K. So like that, yeah, 23, something like that. So yeah, so that's what's happening. So I think we're in a 3 of 3 or 3 of C, and looking for 24K. From there, once we get to 23K, 24K, dead cat bounce to retest broken resistance at 29, and then ultimately capitulate to 18. But to be honest, it could extend and go for 12. So that's my Bitcoin count. Let's go to ETH. Where the fuck is ETH at? Alright, yeah, so more or less the same thing. 1 or A, 2 or B. Let me delete this. And looking for 1777. Still looking for this box at 1400. So ultimately, I think ETH will go to 1400. Do I have the macro out? No, I don't. Where the fuck is it? Nope, not this one. yeah, I think this is the, I don't know why I have. All right, so this is my macro count. I have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could also be, I don't know what this could also be a triangle. And then, actually no, it can't because it doesn't triangulate. So yeah, I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the top right here. And then once you break a major trend line like this, like I said before, then a major cycle correction is starting, or a larger correction is starting. So this has been holding since May of 2020, so 2 years, and we broke it on like 2 years later of March 2028. March 28th, 2022. Sorry, I can't speak today. So now that we've broken that major trend line, the next magnet of support is 1367, which is also the weekly 244 daily exponential moving average. Sorry, weekly exponential moving average. So ETH, from a non-LA waves perspective, I'm looking for 1367, and then I sound like a broken record, but I use RSI very, very exclusively. So when this broke, that's probably the biggest signal that a new trend was gonna start, and then it just kind of broke, and then it's when this acceleration started, and then this little weakness, I don't know if this is a corrective or maybe some pulses, I'm not sure. And then once you break this, and then the next acceleration down starts. So, and then guess what just happened? We broke another support, so expect another acceleration down. So ETH TLDR looking for 1367 ultimately. LA wave count's going to be a little weird. It is interesting to note that the BTC pair is holding, but this pattern just looks like distribution to me. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, looking for 1400, 1300 ETH, and if that doesn't hold, then you're looking at 3-digit ETH. All right. So let's look at some other crypto things before we begin in the stock market. Let's look at USDT. Oh no, it's on this chart. So USDT, so I wanted to look at it from a more grand scale. What if, man, maybe it's over here. No, it's not over here. All right, here we go. So like, if we did try to count it, what if this is the count? 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, E, triangle, and then now we're going for the fifth leg. What if it's like that? Then we're looking at for 9%. Well, first 7%, then 9%, 10%. And then if you look at it from a non-LOE perspective, you can see that on a weekly RSI level, it broke out of this RSI range with strength. It might do a retest, we're not sure yet, but it looks very strong, very strong. I mean, I even said any high time frame close above here, all of crypto is fucked. The reason why, because you had the highest monthly close put in history. So whenever that happens, then it opens doors to higher prices, or in this case percentages. And USDT is basically just tether dominance. So people selling to tether because they don't know what's going to happen in crypto, or they know that crypto is going to go down. So for me, tether looking for 7%, 8% dominance, because it's at the intersection at the top of the channel. And then another big ass sign for crypto was this, right? So if you don't look at the ticker, and let's say if I just said, oh look, it's some crypto that you should be bullish about, you'd be like, oh, I can see the signs. But because it's DXY, everyone's like, oh no, it's so even like right here, oh no, it's testing resistance. Oh no, it's testing resistance. There's no way it can break on this try. Yeah, guess what? It broke through. So this is bullish, which means it's bad for cryptos and stocks. So if this is happening, people would rather hold the dollar. So for me, I'm looking for 120 to be met. If it wants to extend, it can go for 130. The best case scenario for us is that, or for bulls, is that it has to be some kind of flat pattern, right? But we'll take it one level at a time. So yeah, looking for 120, 130 for some kind of consolidation. If we start putting all-time highs here, then I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, that's DXY. That's all those. That and tether dominance are some things that you can always. My bad. You should always take a note of. All right, so we looked at crypto. Let's look at the stock market. I guess we'll start with. I want to start with NQ first. Do I have my full count here? Okay, I do. All right, perfect. All right, so for me, this is my macro NASDAQ count. So yeah, so 1, 2, 1, 2. The only thing, maybe I had it on a different one. Hold on, just want to make sure. Nope, it's the same. So let me paste this shit over here too. My bad, guys. I just want to make sure you guys have the most accurate looking chart before I dig down. All right, yeah, we'll use this. Okay, so this is my macro count. I had a super cycle 1, super cycle 2, then I don't know if this is part. The only thing is this all part of super cycle wave 2, or is this the beginning of the next leg? So for now, we're just gonna assume the most bullish case, which is that this is the start of a new trend, or super cycle 3. So super cycle 1, 2, and then 1, 2, cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3, cycle 4, and then we finish cycle 5 to finish super cycle 3, and then now we're starting super cycle 4. So the evidence criteria here for why I think this happened is because there was monthly bearish divergence. So clearly monthly bearish divergence. It even starts from back here, right? Okay, and then it broke down, right? It looks like that. Here, I'll make it, there you go, that's as clear as it gets. It broke down, excuse me, lost at the 8 EMA, and now it lost the, what is that, 21? Yeah, 21. Subdivides nicely. Ultimate confirmation is 12K's touch. Well, guess what? We're at 11 fucking K. So it's pretty much confirmed that it's a bear market. That this whole cycle is completed. So now we're starting a super cycle correction. In other words, a bear market. All right. And I don't want to see. No, you cannot. It's highly unlikely that this is a 1-2. Right. I'm so sick and tired of that bullshit. I've been seeing. So first people go, oh, it's this. It's like, oh, it's this, and then they adjust it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's invalidated. Then they start doing this. Okay, now it's this. Now it's a 1, 2. All right, get the fuck out of here. That's not right. That's invalid, because you're just forcing your bias on it. You can't have. Oh shit. Let me tell you why. Because you can't have a subwave 1 that is 9,400 points, or in this case, more than half the goddamn move up the whole structure. That doesn't make sense. That literally makes zero fucking sense. Like, does that, it does not make sense. You can't have a 1-2 coming out of here. This is a completed 5-wave sequence, and it's a completed, it's done. There's no 1-2. So now it's a super cycle 4 or super cycle 2, something of that kind of nature. So now that we've done that, we got to get through this goddamn correction, and at minimum I expect it to finish like 2024, something like that. It's gonna be long and drawn out until you see. And the reason why I know we're not bottomed is because you see so many people that are so bullish, saying, oh, just buy the dip, the Fed won't let this happen, blah 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 blah. But when you have the Fed stopping to print money and they're raising interest rates, then stocks are fucked. That's literally it. Once they stop QE, they stop buying stocks. They just have to let nature run its course. We have too much inflation, and then just, these stocks are like insanely valued. Like, look at fucking Netflix, look at Facebook. They're starting these. They were like 80% down after earnings, but I'll go on that later. All right. So, anyways, as I was saying, where the fuck is it? So this is wave 1. If we close our weekly here, what, at 11K, then we have ultimate confirmation that we're in a bear market. I already think we are. And let's see if I can find the wave count. This is the wave count, right? And I've been saying this, I've been preaching this for months. Like, this was a big bull trap. Clear your head and shoulders too. And while, I mean, it was a perfect subdivision too, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, expanded flat to the 618 on the money, and then it died. You can see my previous videos how I counted this whole structure. Maybe I do it here. Just for, all right, yeah. So here, 1, 2. Actually, no, there should be more. Interesting. I thought I did it. Is it this one? All right, yeah. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C, 1 or A, 2 and B, and now we're in 3 or C. So let's see where we're at. Why does it keep deleting, man? It needs to stop. That's annoying as shit. All right. So when we're looking at this, how do I get my next targets? You just do the inverted fib, bottom to the top of the wave 1 and 2. So now we're accelerating out of this channel, and I'm looking for 10.7 or 10K net on the NASDAQ. All right. Excuse me. The only caveat is I don't know. So for this wave structure, I don't know if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is the 1, 2. So what I mean by that is it this? Is this a 1, 2 instead? And now we're just starting our 3, and we still have 4 and 5 left, or are we doing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and then we're having a 5th wave extension? That's the part I don't know. It's like, I'm just gonna write a note. So that's the part I don't know. All right. But on the NASDAQ, we have confirmation that we're in a bear market, at least on the daily time frame. Weekly, if we get here, it's ultimate confirmation. I've been bearish. I've been telling everyone. And no, this is not a 1, 2. So I'm on record. I've been saying that. All right, let's see. When you break important channels and long-term trends, the new cycle corrections are starting. That's all I gotta say. Did I cover everything I wanted to say? I guess I can go over like what does a correction look like? So what do I expect? Yeah, it's got to be around at least 135 bars. So we can't even talk about the bottom until 2024 of next. Summer 2024. So it's probably gonna be super violent for a wave. So let's say it's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got this A. You can do this like a flat. You can do that, or you can do this for a zigzag, and it'd be deeper. Why does it keep doing my shit? I need to update my mouse driver, man. Just know that if it touches this, then we're mega fucked. If it touches 5K, we're mega fucked. But if this super cycle wave 4 is correct, then it'll come down to the previous wave 4 correction. So I expect it to be around like this box area. So something like that. That's ultimately what I'm expecting. I do not want to see it touch 5K because that would be devastating. Because that means we're in a super cycle 2 or a grand super cycle, something like that. So until then, we'll just assume bullishness. So it can be a flat pattern like that. It can be a zigzag like this. It can be a triangle. So it can look like that, and then just kind of range and then go higher. But that's what I expect for this, how this correction should look like. All right, let's look at SPX. Is this, nope. All right, yeah, I think we can look at this. So yeah, SPX USD. I said there's a max pain level at 45.75. We had a swing high failure above it, and then we got nuked. So it got in a golden box and nuked. When this counter trend is broken, wave 2 release, blah, blah, blah. So basically the counter trend I was talking about was this. And now it's a bull trap. So what do I see? Let's see what happens when you flip the chart, right? What do I see? This is the fib. Is that the fib? Okay, yeah. So SPY, I'm looking for acceleration to like 3,300 or SPX. Once we touch 3,500, then confirmed bear market. It's confirmation. The overall macro structure is different. Let me see if I have it. Maybe I didn't draw. I didn't do. Oh yeah, I did. I don't know. This is the right one. No. Oh god damn. Okay. It's probably too long to even. Oh shit. Yeah, I did do it. Okay. God damn it. Yeah. Excuse me. The only thing with SPY is different because you can't count as a 1-2 because it breached. So this is a longer drawn out correction. I don't know. That would be devastating if you took something like this. Oh god. I mean, the best hope is that this is the top instead, but I doubt it. I mean, we'll see. So for here, cycle 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. The expanding triangle. And then if it's not an expanding triangle, then it just ends here and it's expanded flat. So I don't just ignore it. I just know it's a wave 4. So, and then just count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. And now we're accelerating to wave 3 in my opinion. We're about to break this channel. How do you draw channels in L waves? You do it from waves 1 and 2. So from the bottom of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 2, and then you draw to the top of each wave respectively. And wave 3s are known for ripping out of a channel, back testing it, either midline or outside of the channel, and then capitulating further. So what am I looking at? What am I looking at on SPX? Do I have it on spot? Motherfucker. Oh wait, I do have it. Oh, did I delete the EMAs? God damn it. So dumb. I gotta fucking undo everything. Jesus. So what am I looking for? Yeah, all right. So like NASDAQ, I am confused. I don't know if this, well, I'll just do on this one. There's one here. I don't know if that's the wave 2, like wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're inside 5 right now, or if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, or if it's like this. And then this is wave 2, and then we're ripping. That's the only part I don't know. What I do know is that I'm expecting lower prices. There is bullish divergence, so maybe we put it like a nested 1, 2, so it could be like 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then further. That'd be worse because it'd be another bull trap. But yeah, that's SPX. And the reason, so I explained all my technical. Sorry, I can't speak today. It's getting late. I explained my technical thesis on why I think a bear market / recession is happening. Let's just look at I don't know, Netflix. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like when you have assets that run, so they've been on insane runs, parabolic runs. It can't happen forever. It can't. And like, what is that? 76% drawdown. And now you're hearing Netflix and Facebook are having hiring freezes because they can't. They're trading at so high their valuation. Right. It doesn't make sense at these prices. It literally doesn't. And you have. It just doesn't make sense. So make sure you guys follow my Twitter. I think I'm hitting a wall right now. I'm getting tired. My throat's getting dry. But we went over Bitcoin, ETH, SPX, and NASDAQ, and to me, it's already confirmed bear market. There's no 1, 2. It's a bear market, and you just gotta invert your chart to start learning how to see everything objectively. Another thing I said is financial advice. It's just my personal opinion on financial markets. All right, thanks everyone. Happy Tuesday. Peace.